Hey guys, it's another round of Tombs and Tendrils, session 43. Kind of a bummer, we just went through all this already, and we're going to tell it to you again just because we got a better conference room. So, here we are.
Ready.
It's not tracking over here, I'm kind of wondering what that's about. Hey.
Weird.
You were doing so good earlier.
Oh,
Hey,
got one.
over here.
Kind of got one.
Nice. I don't know. I don't understand.
It's
It's because that's not muted. I bet the I bet the volume really sucked. Anyway, good now.
Yeah.
So yeah, session 43. We're trying to get Titus back into the group, so we're going to do a little mini session because we weren't able to quite get there last time, and I asked him if he wanted to do another mini or just do a summary, and he wanted another mini. So here we are. We're going to go through it, and we're going to summarize what happened last time really quick.
Yeah. That's my part. All right. Thaddeus, Helena, and I are still in Alvis's research laboratory. We got to explore the vault in there briefly because Helena decided to open it up. We found some random stuff that was pretty cool. Got some cool robes. There was a dead guy. He wasn't really dead. It was a navigator. Lots of good character development. And
I believe you found the bodies that were in there from mini session 6 or whatever. Like when you guys were first in there.
oh yeah,
They
in
were
the
still
medical
fresh. Yeah.
medical facility.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah, that's
thinking about that.
I forgot about that moment.
Yeah, they were still fresh. And it's been around 6 months since they were in there.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what to think about that yet. Anywho, we finally got the front door open and we found out that the facility is in the side of a giant cliff with waterfalls next to it pouring down for miles. And
into total darkness.
just into nothing. And right as we opened the door, the whole facility, it was shaking and stuff, finally gave way. And I was ready to die, and luckily Helena's got some crazy powers. She just like teleported to the bottom or something like that.
Oh,
She jumped and was just
you guys, it didn't break away immediately. You guys were looking out, and you were like, I ain't gonna jump. And Thaddeus was like, well, I could fly and carry you. And you were like, I'm in power armor. And she was like, bye, and just jumped.
Yeah.
And she had no flight system or anything that was gonna help her, so she just into the darkness.
Yeah, she's kind of crazy, but in the best of ways. Anywho, whole facility and I started tumbling, and Helena held us in place and saved us right before we died. Saved the entire facility, just put it down like it was like a plate on the ground.
There you go.
And that was cool. Right after that, we got attacked by an ancient automaton, large, giant robot friend.
Made an embarrassment of both of us.
Horrible fight. Worst fight of the game. Nearly died. For no good reason. That fight took a long time, and then finally we did beat it. And basically it. And we hid the facility. Helena put some rocks over
buried it.
Yeah. Which is good because that place is crazy. And then we were getting ready to head towards the wastes or into the wastes to find more people. Because we know that the rest of the team is down here, or where they're going at least, and we're going to try and run into them.
You knew they were headed this way?
Yeah. Towards the depths.
Cool. Shall we begin?
Yeah.
What do you think's going to happen?
I don't know anymore these days, because as soon as I run into one thing, something completely different happens. I think I'm fine, and then all of a sudden a robot nearly kills me. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I'm like, good. I'm kind of dying, I think. Oh no, that's what happened as well. We rested in the facility before we actually took off.
Yeah.
So, not actually dying.
Hashtag not dying.
I don't know, we're wandering in the wastes. Deep underground. Don't look at me like that.
6 months go by.
Oh, God. Jesus.
So, get ready.
Right.
6 months go by, and you've encountered different progressive amounts of opposition in your initial steps. Different forms of tech heresies, animals, and even small gangs have attacked you. Just to get a feel of you and stuff, like, how do you think you would have dealt with all of that?
I don't know. I'm not trying to get anything out of these people. I'm just trying to find my friends.
Mm-hmm. Right. So yeah, as you're trying to pick directions and figure things out, you encounter different gangs such as the Rust Rats, the Daggers in the Mist, the Waste Runners, the Ash Nomads or Nomads from the Dust, and those seem to be more almost Adeptus Mechanicus, but not Adeptus Mechanicus, etc., etc.
All right.
One gang in particular, the Ironhides, came and demanded. So you guys were getting ready to camp for the night, and you do your best not to use fire or anything because you've learned that draws attention, light draws attention, excessive sound draws attention. Like, so you've tried to do this very quietly, and you know you need to find another charge pack for your power armor because your power armor's getting kind of low. And these Ironhides kind of come up around you and surprise you. And Thaddeus is there, and he's still got like his servitor things and whatever. And so within a couple seconds, they've already lost like 3 men from Thaddeus already kind of getting an idea they're there. And one of them steps forward and demands that you give up all of your armor and weapons. You and Thaddeus. What do you do?
Does he even look intimidating in the slightest compared to me?
He's wearing like modified hide armor with different metal plates and stuff like kind of woven in and whatever. He's got a big old spiked club. Big old hook nose.
All right, fella. I'm really tired of all these people already. You want all of our stuff? That's what you're asking me right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
give us your
stuff.
You weren't ready.
Well, could do that. But we've been wandering around these parts for a good amount of time now. Have I felt like I've made any progress towards figuring out where, like,
It's been kind of depressing. You've learned some things, but
made no real, like, significant progress?
Haven't found anything that resembles anything that sounds like where the black stone would have been, like the different obelisks and whatever that you're supposed to be searching for. You haven't found any word or anything of your team.
All right, I'll give you my stuff. But first, you gotta tell me some things. A little conversation. You cool with that? Maybe.
Do a intimidate? Are you trying to intimidate or charm?
I'll say I'd try to charm him.
Okay.
I'm being friendly enough. Like, all right, fair enough.
Oh my gosh.
You got me. Oh, I passed that by literally 2. It's not great.
He got a crit too. He's like, no talk, give the eye.
I'll only give my armor to the man you work for. I want to see your boss.
You see all the people.
Oh, I recall. What's your boss?
And they're like, no one just sees the boss.
Yeah? This is the first time for everything.
And he's like, right on, grab his arm, get his armor.
Alright.
So some dude comes up with a shotgun, and then one comes up with a big, like, rusty hammer. And the guy with the hammer swings at you.
Alright. I'm just gonna let him try and hit me.
He rolled an 88. We'll say he hits you. And he goes, don't like back into his face.
Alright. I'm gonna take. Are they both within range of me?
Mm-hmm.
Just like for thematic purposes, can I take both my Doomfist and just go?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and roll. It's a -10.
Alright.
But if you do an all out, it's a +20, so it's just a +20.
Okay. Yeah. It's always all out. Wow.
And remember, you have a +10 from Titus or Thaddeus.
From Thaddeus, yeah. So that'll do it. That'll put me in range. And then, geez, these new weapons are crazy. 2d10 plus 5. Yeah, and then I rolled 10. This guy's like, oh, geez, and that was a 9. That was a 23 into one dude.
That blows up.
Was I rolling to hit the second guy or rolling to do damage?
Rolling damage.
Alright, it's still like... It's like 10.
Okay. Yeah, so you put your fist into his chest and it just like melts around it. And he's just like... Ah! And he like fires his shotgun into your side. Oh, crit 3, I actually hit you in the head.
Ah, I'll try and dodge it. You don't want that. Not today. I do have dodge plus 10. And so I got a 44, or I got 40, and my agility is 34, so I pass.
Okay, we'll just say when you punched that other dude, you saw him, you like kind of figured that was coming, so you grab his body and like just, and he shoots the body.
Alright. I'll go ahead and finish
And
it.
then he just kind of dies on your arm, like, ugh.
Sure.
It was more instinctive than purposeful.
I'm gonna... Ooh, how close am I to the guy who was talking to me?
He's about 12 feet away.
Oh, good. Alright, I'll use my sprint ability to get as quickly as I can up to him.
Mm-hmm.
Not with the glove turned on, but I'm gonna pick him up. Hold up there.
Okay. Cool. Go ahead and do an agility test.
Alright. Yeah! Wow, that's not good. I failed.
Cool. He crits one to dodge.
Jeez.
He's gonna go ahead and actually. I'll say that was a parry. So he steps out of the way and kicks the side of the ground, and a bunch of the garbagey trash and stuff comes loose. Now do an agility test or like fall down the other side of the hill.
24.
Cool.
Pass.
So he actually kicked stuff into place, and you hold your position. Do a grapple test.
Okay.
What's a grapple test?
That's a strength test, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez. He's out of luck. No, I'm out of luck. That's a 97?
Oh, man. He rolls a 61 to try to take your glove off.
Jeez. What do I do?
Oh, no, he fails. Like,
Oh, okay.
Like, really bad.
Alright. I'll try and pick him up one more time. I'll grapple him again. He's just squirming around.
Remember, you're plus 10 to your strength.
Oh, I rolled a 2.
Oh, okay. Then you're just like, and he's like, put me down.
You see your friends over there? You see what I can do with my hands?
He hit you in the head with this little spike club thing.
Not even interacting, so you keep talking.
Oh, he rolls 12.
12 damage?
Oh, I guess plus, it would be 15 because plus his little strength stat.
I mean, so I have 9 armor on my head and my 5 toughness, so 14. So he hits me for 1.
Oh my gosh, that's so stupid.
That's pretty funny. I'll keep talking anyways, just because I'm annoyed at it. I was like, I was trying to look cool.
A little dent in your helmet.
You're gonna take me to your boss now. This conversation's gonna end real quick. I don't know if I can like half turn on my gloves.
You hear pop, 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 pop all around you. And you see his eyes just fill with fear. Do a perception test.
Oh, 24. 2 pass.
Oh, okay. So you look into his eyes, and in his eyes you see the reflection of all of his friends in the circle behind you dying, as Thaddeus the servitors come up and just axe everyone. Pistol axe.
Still feeling so confident, friend?
I take you to Hollow Fang.
Alright. Point the direction we should go.
Alright, so he takes you. So he says it's a couple days journey. It's a couple days journey south. Yes, if you're willing to take that journey. And actually, it's not. It's like almost a day.
Definitely.
Cool. So you guys go, and Thaddeus just ends up having like some servitors, just
holding them.
Yeah, just holding them. And at first he tried to fight, but after they cut off a couple of his fingers and toes, he's listening. And so you come up over the top of this like trash heap, and you look down into this big valley, and it actually looks very similar. Like the closest thing that you have in your brain to it is like a city on a hive world. There's like a hive sprawl coming on thing down here. It's like a whole city. And Thaddeus is like, what is this? What is this place called? And this guy, he says, it's the Cognis Rift.
The Cognis Rift.
And there you will find the Ironhide. Boss. Varnius Hollow Fang.
Varnius?
Varnius.
Varnius. Hollow Fang. In the Cognis Rift. Perfect. Thank you, friend. Well, this has been fun, but I'm done with you now.
If you approach without me, they'll kill you.
I don't think so, but sure. You want to go see your boss?
No, he'll kill me.
Yeah, you're going to go see your boss anyways. It's probably time for your yearly review and such. Can't skip out on those. We'll start making a
review.
That's what I need to see. This is a big place. You got to tell me where to go.
There's an old ship that makes up the center of town. And it's like older than any ship you've ever seen.
Oh.
And it definitely looks like it was made for space.
And
even in this darkness, like there's enough different lamplight and torchlight going on that you can kind of get an idea that this place is huge.
Do I, you know what? I don't have anything about spacecrafts or any of the sort.
Thaddeus will do an architect test. He has no freaking idea.
Thaddeus, are you doing okay? You seem like you've been struggling a little bit lately.
My cogitators need calibration.
Alright. So it's cool and old.
Cool, so you go to approach Barney's Hollow thing, and he's looks like he's trying to impersonate a robot, essentially. Like he's just got all this heavy armor and whatnot. And he's got this throne with these big steps leading up to him, and he's got just different, looks like almost tools of torture like around his great hall, and there's a lot of light here. And if you have a lot of light, that means you're wealthy.
A lot of light. Ooh, fun. Hold on, I got an idea for that. Well, I will begin to approach. And I want to...
There's a big staff with a metal skull on it. He goes, kick. Like this.
Kick.
Like just on the concrete or whatever.
Oh, at that moment, I suppose best to just stop. What does he want? I'm just gonna keep walking anyways, I don't care. Keep walking with our little friend. And I,
Comrade, why have you brought these strangers here?
Hmm.
And he's like kind of choking on your hold and stuff. And he's like, they made me come.
This is kind of a fun one because I have peer for nobles and for underworld. Could I use both of those? Because I'm like,
It would be underworld,
okay, fair enough.
even if it's a noble underworld.
I'll tune in on that. Well, I hate to come unannounced, but you seem like the kind of man that's worth talking to.
Do a charm test.
Oh, that's really bad. Maybe it's worth using a fate point on that one. Let's try that one more time. This is 97. Crap, I don't want to use another right now. You know what? Funnier if he doesn't like me.
He
Save that last one.
he just like raises his lip in a snarl and he's like, "Oh, I kill people for less."
Alright, well, my dude is literally insane at this point, nearly. I need to prove to this man that I'm someone worth treating well. I'm gonna take my little friend that I got. I'm gonna hurt him. But I'm gonna throw him at him. Just like at his feet. Just to, show him that he should be a little nervous to be seeing me. He ain't gonna kill me or my friends. Do I have to do a test to throw him? My strength's like 70 with this armor.
Do it.
Yeah. 39.
Yeah, you throw it out. One of his arms is a cannon. And he goes.
Sorry.
Wow. And this thing that just got thrown at him just turns to red mist.
They're just gonna clap. That's too funny. That's impressive. Do some clay pigeon shooting for a little bit. But anyways.
Why are you worth talking to? And you see him reach over and he's got this bag and he pulls out this big red cannonball. Actually, it's just like this wad of trash that's been like pressed.
Jeez.
And he sits there like this and he like starts reloading his gun.
I'm mad this is happening when nobody's here. This is too funny. Oh man. Listen, I'd rather not be here. Obviously, you're a man with plenty of other business and people to be shooting. But I'm in search of some people, and I think you're the type of person that know how to find them if they're here. And if not, maybe you know this place a little better than anyone else.
What are you looking for?
I'm going to start describing the black stone and the. Do I know about Do I know about any of the obelisks? Did we learn about that?
You were in the research facility right above it. And you know the team was sent to investigate Blackstone.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to you about that.
Right, yeah. Yeah. I'm going to describe the black stone and the obelisk and my friends. Just physical appearance alone, not what they're doing.
He has seen what you speak of.
Have you? Well, listen.
I need your help before I will tell you anything.
I just assume that's how it goes. Obviously, it's a tit for tat, a trade between fellows. I understand. How about you speak your piece? Tell me what it is you need me to do in this lovely
He says,
city.
it's simple, just a couple of things. Good willpower test.
Well, failed, but by 6.
Cool. Alright. Months go by.
God.
And you slowly rise in the ranks. And soon, many of the gangs are fearing the rise of the Ironhides. At this point, your gang is running a whole hab sprawl called the Cognos Rift.
Mm.
You've become the personal henchman to Farnius Hollowfang.
You have a cooler name than Henchman?
You have a cool name, so you've earned the name Darktide for your size and your refusal to yield.
Pretty sick name, I'll take it. Write that down somewhere.
And the shield helps with that name as well. On the arm.
Right.
So, and Thaddeus is there as well, and he stays by your side and he's working with you. At this point, you're familiar with a couple different regions and whatnot, and your willpower test was how patient you would be. So you learned a couple weeks in that basically he knows nothing. He lied. But at the same time, you have access to certain technology. You've proved yourself, so he's been supplying you with power cores for your armor, and you're running the area. And so you've been using this area as kind of like recon and stuff like that. Thaddeus has been helping, and he even found like an old Mechanicum drone that he's been working on.
Yeah.
Something about needing more servo skulls.
I figured during all this time, I would just be out killing people, killing the gangs, and I'd want Thaddeus to be like just trying to get a lay of the land and keep an eye out.
Well, it's been both of that.
Good.
For you and him. Because you guys are kind of a team. And I was trying to think of some cool names that he could be called. Because the thing is, he does a lot of different things.
He's a little all over the place.
But I couldn't figure anything out, so we're just going to go with the Puppet Master. Because he's figuring out ways to get essentially servitors everywhere.
I like that.
And he activates them at weird moments. So there's like a time when you were fighting this gang called the Waste Runners. 3 of their own men. He had taken over with subprogramming, and they fought against his other men. Stuff like that. But now you're familiar with different regions of this underworld. You're familiar with the Crast Holds, a fortress made out of the dead bodies of titans. You're familiar with Dire Lake. It's a dry, barren lake with only toxic, rad-saturated muck and pools of steaming goo that really have enough radiation to melt your skin off in a minute.
Gross.
You're familiar with the World Teeth, or the Maw, as the locals call them. And that's giant connecting stalactites and mites that have numberless chasms in them. And that area encircles most of the depths that you know. And it's called the Stone Forest by the locals. Murders and criminals of whom even the people in the depths exile will take refuge here. So like even the people that these trash people don't want to be around have kind of an exile. You're familiar with the trenches of the Maelbolg, or the Den of Giants. And these are deep trenches that run into the ground and into the ceiling, and very craggy. People whisper that they reach the surface, but no one is willing to try, as different packs of Iron Hounds, Warhammer Titans, kind of wander that area. Locals say that there's, you have heard rumors of like another world and stuff, and sometimes people will joke that it's at the bottom of the trenches behind the Deadfalls. You're actually uneasy about this place because you and Thaddeus had a run with a pack of hounds near where you first journeyed from the Paradox Station. And you've actually been working on keeping a map of your findings.
Yes.
Which we can actually see here, if it will. If it will. Hey, you. I want you to see the picture. Yeah, it's right here. I don't know. Maybe it worked. Maybe it didn't. I don't care. Here you go.
Thank you.
That's a map you've been keeping.
Okay. Lord. Let's see here. Bunch of different. And would these other gangs still be active right now, or are they
The spots where I marked gang activity is stuff that you've encountered.
Okay. Alrighty.
What I meant to say at the start of the session too was 6 weeks go by, not 6 months.
Oh, that makes more sense. Like, why am I working for this game so long? Maybe I just like it here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's not so bad. Maybe I've just given up my life elsewhere. 6 weeks makes more sense, though.
Yeah. So you're actually starting to step more into this role, and you're kind of proud of it, like you are finding some purpose.
Yeah.
You also haven't found any way out, is the big thing, and so it's just kind of like, well, I guess I'm down here now.
Yeah. It's not so bad. If you're going to be down here, might as well be kind of in charge. Except in my role in the garbage lands. Okay. The World Teeth, that was the mod, that's right. Den of Giants. What was the thing about the Den of Giants, real quick?
The Dead Giants? The Den of Giants?
Yeah.
Those are deep trenches that run into the ground and into the ceiling. That people joke and whisper that they reach the surface and the core. But it's hard to get over there because there's a bunch of Warhound Titans. Just running around.
Perfect. Very well. Sorry, let me just take a last bit of notes, make sure that I got everything I need. The dire lake was just the nasty, dried up pool of toxic.
Yeah, but it's huge. You see how big it is?
It is very, very big. It's just radioactive as heck. Like.
Yeah. So you find word. You go to some place to exterminate a gang, and you find word that there's some person known as the Dread Lord who is coming. And this is a man that all the gang lords bow to.
All right. Even Hollow Fang.
Yes. Yep. This is a man who seeks the best talent for his army, and in return he gives the depths life. And so when people need provisions, medical supplies, crates of food, and stuff like that, they will go search him out. He only comes. Well, you don't even know. It's like a year, 5 years, or something. Because like time, written language, and stuff like that is not really spoken of here.
Yeah, I mean, there's no suns or stars or anything. Like it's darkness.
Nothing to track time.
Yep.
So time, and actually, the only reason that you even know time is passing is because Thaddeus can give you updates from his HUDs. And stuff like that.
I think after a while I'd stop asking even.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just keep
it's no longer a concern. You're just awake when you're awake and sleep when you're asleep.
Yeah.
But he grants powers to gangs, or grants power to the gangs who are most worthy. And a champion who rises up as the best in his games is given passage to the surface. The concept that many in the depths find preposterous and a religious ignorance held by too many. There is no surface.
Sure. All right. Well, I'd like to talk to Hollow Fang about this coming of the leader of leaders, prognosticator.
What do you want to know about the Dread Lord?
So he comes down here and he grants favor to the strongest.
Aye.
Well, I think it's obvious what we got to do then, don't you think?
What is that?
You're looking at him. You know that I can kill any man down here. It's been a joke.
You've proven that time and time again.
Plus, it's just kind of fun at this point. I just want to embarrass them.
You want to go to the games.
I think you can pick someone else to go to the games.
And what are you going to do when you're granted access to the servers world? Because you'll either die or leave, and then I won't have anyone.
Well, good question, I suppose. What do you want? Question.
The Ironhides have never been more feared. All surrounding gangs will remember us. That we lived and who we were. I want to strike fear into the hearts of every Death's Dweller.
Alright. How do we do that?
I think keep doing exactly what we're doing.
Come on. You're not going to lose this competition on purpose, right? No one will respect you after that.
Why do we have to enter the competition?
Not showing up is just as bad as losing.
Are you calling me a coward?
But I'm not calling you that. I might just be implying it if you don't put me in this competition.
I'm not a coward.
Well, the reality is you put me in that competition and I make such a showing that everyone knows better than to mess with you even if I'm gone. Nobody charm me with that.
Thaddeus chimes in too and he says, judging by the things that I have studied, it sounds like an entire year's worth of provisions and weapons are given to the gang that offers the greatest champion, enough for a small warband. This could be very beneficial to you.
Exactly.
He's sitting there weighing it. He's like, I will let you go to these games. Do not bring shame to the Ironhides.
Now you're just being mean.
You don't know much of the depths. I've been down here my whole life.
How old are you?
40.
Alright.
I think.
Fair.
He's very wrinkly and old. Like,
It's maybe 41.
Thaddeus is like, biologically, I have my scans today.
Oh no.
You just like put your hand over his
That's
head. No, just stop.
That's not important. He's 40. He's 40. Yeah. Do you know anything about the champions that might be involved in this competition? Have we ever seen any champion? Oh, well, no, because the champion leaves. That's the whole idea, right?
Some can leave or send another.
Whatever.
But the ticket is for one.
Who says that I even want to leave? Maybe I'm happy down here. Do you want to leave?
No.
Why not?
I don't know the surface world. I know things come up or down from up. I don't know where those gifts are given from.
You're not missing out on much. Very boring and gross. It's gross up there.
So you would stay?
If I win, you let me make that choice when the time comes.
I accept.
When's the competition?
It's already started.
Oh.
But it takes place for weeks.
Oh.
Even before he arrives.
Well, what's the game? Just kill each other? Is there something more to it?
Be the greatest champion, create the greatest tech or find an STC drive. Thaddeus is like, there's STC drives down here? this hollow thing is like, well, of course. Littered gold.
What are you talking about?
This place hasn't been visited by a surface dweller since the great men in gold armor came here long ago.
Who's that?
For mankind.
Oh, jeez.
Everyone knows the legend of the Golden Man.
He was here? Why would
He covered the sky.
with his golden armor? Wow. That's quite a story. Well, it's always a pleasure talking to you, the Hall of Fame. I don't do need anything else from me. How are you? How's life?
We are alive and victorious.
Great, great. I'm done talking to you now. I'm going to go.
I will send you with a war band of our finest warriors.
Good.
We
Good.
will travel for many days.
Good. Where are we going?
Southwest.
Towards the trenches?
Southwest. Very west. And then
Oh, this little part. I see.
yeah.
We're going in.
Yeah.
We're going in. I'll just be getting prepared for the journey. Someone, do I have a servant? Give me my servant. Find me food. Let's get ready to go.
Cool, so you load up and you go and you take 30 different soldiers and whatnot, and you guys end up getting into a harsh battle with the Ash Nomads on the way there.
Garbage people. All of them. Ooh.
They have another one of those tech servitor things that you fought,
Jeez.
and you guys are able to take this one out easier.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, and you make your way to this this place, and Kitty's on her way up, so we're going to summarize the heck out of this.
Yes.
But essentially, you start in the process of entering the games, and you fight and rise, and people start chanting your name like
Yes.
Dark Tide, Dark Tide.
It's a sick name.
And yeah, you got your black armor with the like brass trim and stuff, and you're just kind of scary. And you end up getting known for a signature move. What's your signature move? Since you have a shield and 2 power fists, and you're in power armor.
It's like because it's like a mechadin right arm with the shield.
Mhm.
The shield pins the person, and then I crush them.
Do you crush him or do you rip him in half?
Oh yes, I lift them up and just go, whoosh. Yes,
Cool.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Gross. I dig it. Oh, friends.
Our friends are here, just as we have finished convenient
All the
dialogue.
friends.
You look so handsome, William.
Oh, dang.
I know why.
Alright, friends on the internet, we're going to go ahead and pause for a little bit, and we're going to reconvene for the main session. So, bye!
So,
Bye.